is as cool in the room or as tempered, they wouldn't say you're that type of guy, right?
I don't know. It depends. Not I haven't lost my temper in Quebec yet, but a couple times in val-d'or, maybe some speeches were made. So yeah.
And we'll blame it on the fact that you just love to win. So I want to bring it back to your NHL draft. So for people who don't know, watching online, you were drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes, fifth round, around
Yeah.
140 something, 147, I think. So first off, how was that draft experience? I was gonna ask. Obviously, it was amazing for you, but how'd you live it? Were you at the draft? Were you with friends and family watching along on TV? How did that whole experience go down for you?
Yeah, so I mean it was during COVID, so it was all online. So we were in a little room and with friends and family, and kind of watching it on a big screen, and had really a fun time. It was nice to be with everyone and kind of celebrate that moment. It was a stressful day, to be honest, and you're kind of stressed and not knowing what's going to happen. But it was really nice to hear my name get called, and from there was a really good night with, like I said, with friends and family. So it was a really cool experience to live that, more with my people instead of being in
Yeah.
a in-person draft. So it was a different experience, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, it's cool. It's cool to hear that. Obviously, you didn't get to live the NHL draft itself, but you got to live it in a different ambiance, which is cool to do it with your entourage for sure.
Yeah.
Now, knowing obviously nowadays we all know that you were drafted by Carolina, but heading into the draft, were you expecting any other team to draft you? Had you been in contact with one team more than another?
Well, not necessarily. I think Carolina kind of surprised me because I didn't even talk to them at all.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that was a team that I didn't really expect going there. So when I heard my name get called, I was kind of in shock. But obviously it's a great organization, and I've been to two training camps now. So really enjoyed my time in Raleigh, and so it's been really nice and to live that and to be with that organization.
Now, obviously, if I were drafted to the NHL, I wouldn't be sitting here. So I want to know, when you get drafted by a team like Carolina, who's obviously is a very solid team, and they have been for the past few years. On a personal level, are you like excited that you're joining such a great organization, or are you more disappointed because it might take a few more years for you to crack that lineup?
I think it's more excitement. Kind of the culture they have, and just like I said, being a part of two training camps, you kind of see the passion and the culture that the coach Rod Brandamore is building with his coaching staff, and so it's really nice to kind of see that and to be a part of that. Even though I'm not playing there, you kind of feel that sense of being a part of the team a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's really fun to and a great organization. So I'm really happy to be with them, and hopefully we can I can continue on that path.
You sort of touched the tip of the iceberg for my next question because I was going to ask. Basically, obviously, playing in Quebec City now, a few things here and there about having a coach who's intense and who will do anything to win. But I mean, Rod Brindamore has sort of that same reputation. So, what were some of the first conversations you had with Rod, and how did that all go down?
We didn't really talk, to be honest, at the beginning. I think he just welcomed himself, and he's a very humble person, and I think he's like you said, he's very intense, but works hard. I mean, the after our gyms, you'd always see him in the gym and working out, and he's probably the fittest guy on the whole team, and he doesn't even play hockey anymore. So it's pretty crazy to see that, and
Yeah.
I think it kind of shows the character that he has, and the passion he has, and his willingness to win. And I think that kind of brings that to the group, and that's why they've had so much success, in the past and right now.
Now you were mentioning obviously that was your second camp, but this year you got to play in a preseason game with the big boys, so you had some of the NHLers mixed in that roster. How was that whole experience? I know you got to score a goal, so it's definitely a memorable night for sure, right?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. The the morning skate, and then we flew to Florida. We get at the rink, and kind of just preparing for a game. It's like it's a normal game, but it's pretty special to be a part of that. Even though it was only a preseason game, it was really special. So and on top of that, to kind of get the score and then fly back to Raleigh and I left for val-d'or the next day. But I mean that whole day and that experience was really really nice to live that.
What went through your mind when you scored that goal? Did you totally black out or?
I blacked out. I don't remember a lot. I don't even think I did a celebration or anything. I was just, like in shock and I couldn't really believe it. So, yeah, I couldn't really tell you what happened afterwards. I kind of look back at the clip and it's pretty funny, but yeah, it was really a great experience.
You have that taped up puck somewhere at least?
I don't have a puck. I mean, it was only preseason, but
Uh,
it,
it's,
it'll be a special memory. Yeah, that's for sure.
it's still a pro goal. I mean, I would have kept the puck for sure. I want to know from that camp as well. Obviously, you were mentioning there's so many skilled guys in Carolina, but who's the one guy that sort of stood out, or you're like, damn, I didn't know this guy was that good, or he was even better than you thought?
Well, I don't think it's really a surprise. I think Sveshnikov is probably one of the most talented players, and you see him doing the Michigan, twice, but what some people don't see is him trying it, every practice and after practice, just casually, doing reps and just making it look easy. So just to see that in person and live was pretty special.
What about Sebastian Aho? Obviously, being a centerman, he's a little more on the smaller size, a little bit plays a little bit type of game as you. I mean, did you take some notes? Are you looking at what he's doing in practice and sort of trying to integrate that to your own game?
Yeah, obviously, I think he's like you said, he's really an intelligent player, and he's a small centerman. So I think there's a lot of stuff that I can learn from him, and obviously, just kind of sharing ice with him was obviously really nice. So obviously, I watch some games and kind of take some notes and see what I can integrate into my game. That's for sure.
Pretty easy to ask nowadays, but I'm guessing you're you're suddenly a Canes fan. But were you a fan of any NHL team growing up? Obviously, your dad played for a few, so did you just follow where he was at,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, I was pretty much a Stefan Robidas fan to be honest. I kind of grew up, whatever team he was playing for, I was cheering for them, and but it was pretty much the Stars. I mean, I was there pretty much my whole childhood, so the Stars were definitely a team that I was rooting for.
Yeah, so you grew up in Plano, Texas. I think you said earlier till the age of 12. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, until I was 12.
How was that whole experience? How'd you get into minor hockey? Was it as accessible as it is around here? Did you have any additional challenges? Put it if we want to put it that way.
Not necessarily. I think it was, obviously hockey is not the number one sport, so it's not. Not everyone plays hockey. Like, you don't go in the streets and, nowadays you go on the street and everyone has a hockey net and shoot pucks, after school or whatever. Over there it's
Mhm.
more football and baseball. So it was different. It was kind of, I was used to it. So that's why, coming back to Quebec, it was kind of a shock to see, how passionate people are of hockey. But, on the ice, it wasn't really an adjustment. I guess it's kind of the same thing here. Kind of played my minor hockey and, I went from there.
When you got here at 12 years old, I believe you're sliding into that peewee level. Was that sort of like a measuring stick for you? Because obviously, I'm guessing you were one of the better players in Texas, and then you get here, you get to compare yourselves against guys who've been sort of dedicated to hockey their whole lives.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was nice to kind of see, the differences, and obviously there's the level of the game was a lot higher. So it was nice to kind of to be a part of that and to kind of get to play with better players and be a part of that.
Sweet. Now, obviously, we can't really do this interview without bringing up your father, who's the main reason why you grew up in Texas while he was playing for the Dallas Stars. Now, your dad, Stefan's now an assistant coach with the Habs. So I guess we'll start with that. Has your relationship changed at all since he started coaching in the big leagues? What are some of the conversations you guys are having? Because obviously, you're aspiring to play in that league now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think our relationship, we don't see each other as much as we like to. Obviously, I'm on the road often, and he's on the road often. And our schedules don't really fit, but we call every week. Pretty much every day if we can, and kind of touch base. And we talk about hockey, pretty much all the time. So it's nice to kind of have those conversations. And if I have questions, I can ask him, and if he
Yep.
has any questions about systems or whatever, we kind of talk about that. So we've always had that relationship, and it's always been nice to kind of keep that connection together.
Now, obviously, you being a centerman slash winger, your dad being a defenseman. I mean, do you guys talk about the game in itself, or is it mostly around systems like you were bringing up there? I mean, does he give you pointers on things you should be working on at all?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we kind of go over that, and when looking at video, if I have any questions, obviously he's someone that I can ask and kind of see what he thinks about that. So, that's the kind of relationship that we have, and it's always been nice.
Now, I have to bring it up. Your dad was a defenseman, but was also a pretty skilled offensively. His best season in the QMJHL, do you know how many points he put up?
I don't. I think I beat him last. From what I think it was 79. If I'm
It
Because
was
I
so
think
good.
I think it was because I remember last year my last game. I think I was at 79, and I had like I think I had 3 points in my last game. So it was kind of funny that it decided on the last game, and then I had kind of bragging rights on him where I had more points than him in a season. So that was funny.
You were bringing up my next question. What were some of the chirps going around the household on that night?
Oh, I can't really chirp him. Obviously, I might have more junior points than he does, but obviously he can chirp me back on saying that I haven't done as much as he has. So, I kind of I'll wait a little bit.
For sure. Gonna start off with trying to get a championship this year. That'll be a first in the
Yeah,
family for
for
sure.
sure, for sure.
What about if he does he still lace him up? You guys, go on one-on-one battles here and there, maybe in the off season?
Yeah, in summer we like to, honestly, I can't, if we do skating, I can beat him, but in the corners and even if I try, I can't beat him. So he still has an edge on me a little bit on that. So we'll have to wait a couple years, maybe this summer I'll be able to beat him
Well, there
on
you
a
go. I was gonna
one-on-one in the
say
corner.
now you got your new measuring stick. I mean, the day
Yeah,
you beat the dad, you're gonna be ready for some more.
yeah,
Awesome. So just saying we only have a few minutes left here. I know just bringing up your dad now. I want to sort of transition into bringing up, let's call him your brother from another mother there, who's Alexandre Doucet got traded at the same time as you to the Halifax Mooseheads. So for people watching online, I know we have a lot of Maritimes fans who got to know him, and fans across the queue got to know him this year at the pace he's scoring. I want to know, in your relationship with Alex, does the fact that both your teams are in the runner-ups to be first overall, is that being brought up in your conversations?
yeah, for sure. I mean, we text every day, so it was pretty funny to see. At one point they were up on us, and we had a rough patch, so we kind of we gave up the first spot, and if I'm correct, I think we got it back. So definitely, when they lost that game, we were I was chirping him a little bit. So, but it was nice. I mean, I've never really played against him in a game, so it was nice to get to play him twice, once in Halifax and once in Quebec. So it was nice to kind of be on the other side of things for once.
Yeah, because you guys played your U18 years across the U18 AAA levels together. You won a championship in the Quebec League there, and then you got both drafted by Val-d'Or. So you pretty much been playing together for the past, I don't know, 5, 6 years.
Yeah, we've played on the same line for like 5 years, our 4 years junior, pretty much, and then our midget year, the year we won. So definitely have that special connection with him.
Now I'm guessing you guys would have dreamt to being traded to the same city if you're gonna get traded at all. But I mean, at the end of the day, the fact that you both got traded, is that sort of like something that you look forward on in a positive way? Say, I guess what I'm asking is that if one of you guys had to stay back in Halifax, I guess you would have been even more heartbroken.
Yeah, well, that's why when I left, we kind of knew it was coming since the beginning. So I think we wanted to make it special. The our half the season we had together. So I think it was fun to kind of have that last ride with him. And then, like you said, when I got traded, I hopefully he I hoped he was going to get traded, and have the
Mhm.
chance, to be a part of a good team and try and win it all as well. So I'm really happy for him. And right now I'm saying that, but in a couple weeks, I might say otherwise. But no, it was fun to see that he got a chance to be able to win.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll find some room in your heart to feel good for him if he does end up lifting that trophy, especially a guy that you saw lose in the finals with you
Yeah,
just 2 seasons ago. So definitely a story we'll be watching along. I mean, the bromance lives on even though you're in different cities.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So Shane, that's all the time we had. So obviously, I want to thank you for taking the time in such a busy season and your day off as well. So thanks for doing this, and we're gonna let you go so you can hop onto the French page to continue this interview in French there.
Thank you.
Awesome. So best of luck the rest of the way, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.